Hello everyone, I go by MankoMan and this is my reaction channel where we watch something together and then I review it immediately. Today, what we're going to be watching is episode 2 of Demon Slayer Entertainment District arc, which I am very much hyped for. Last episode was a very good introduction to, or reintroduction to Demon Slayer. I thought the episode was done phenomenally. I was worried that they might not be able to transition well from Mugen Train arc to this arc because, well, they just ended abruptly, right? Like they're in the middle of nowhere and like what are they going to do next? But the transition was seamless and I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the whole episode except for the part where Tengen slapped the kid or spanked the kid. But it was not, as I said before, I don't think it was done with sexual intentions. That's not how. He's a Hashira, right? I don't think he gives a shit about that. He gives a shit about what anyone thinks about him, or he doesn't give a shit. He doesn't really give a shit about spanking a kid. Is what I'm trying to say. If that was a guy kid, he would have done the same thing. Does not make him a gay pedophile. I don't think that's no. I'm not going to talk much about that. It's very hard to explain Japanese culture. And if I say that I understand Japanese culture and explain it to you guys, I would be a weeb, which I'm not. So I'm just not gonna go there. Also, it's a completely different time period, which also why am I talking about this? I talked about this in the review section of the previous episode. Go there if you want to find out. So I'm going to talk about what I think is going to happen here. And that's maybe some action. Maybe we're going to get to see Upper Moon 6. I'm guessing they're going to go in order again. Akaza was just an anomaly. I think they're going to go back in order. Upper Moon 6 is going to be the one who's going to appear in this arc. And she's the whore who's also a demon. So that pretty cool idea to have demons as whores. So you can just you can milk them and then you can milk them both ways. That's pretty much it. I'll get to the video now. I have not gotten any spoilers. I'm going to say that again. I did say that in the previous episode, but most people might not have watched it. If you are watching this episode without watching the previous episode, I have gotten no spoilers about Demon Slayer. I have no idea how this is going to end, how this, anything about this arc at all. So yeah, I'll get into the episode now. In 3, 2, 1, now. Okay. No, you're not. Yes. That was a very good panorama shot. He just accepts him like that. You want to say? He's pretty fast, as expected of the sound Hashira. Opening again? I want to watch it. I still can't tell if the jewelry hanging off his face is CGI or is it hand-drawn. It's CGI. I think the jewelry is CGI. Don't know what's up with that. I love Aimer so much. Gosh. I love her. Fucking idiots. That is such a well-varied CGI crowd. Almost no two characters look the same, which is so rare to see in CGI crowds. I'm glad you said that. A really good shot. I think it's from the trailer. That's true. Like, this is stuff that you won't really see in a regular shonen. So his bride, I guess that's one of the three in the opening. That's not what it means. Oh yeah, I forgot. All three of them are his wives. They do have problems, but they're not gonna do anything about it. God damn. What the fuck? I need to read that again. Also, yeah, this harem setting, people are definitely gonna have a problem with that. That's not cool. I don't. Why does Inosuke even need a disguise? Inosuke should take off his. Those look like the Demon Corps girls. And they all look dead. Yes. To discipline her.
けど、どういう風の吹き回しだい？私の目に狂いはないのさ。発射だな、キノコ。
That's exactly what I was saying. She's ripped AF. That Zenitsu? What are you doing? Zenko? Is he sleepy? Is that it? He's playing an electric guitar. That is so good. Don't do my boy like that. I mean, yeah. How are you going to deal with clients, my boy? It's going to be a hard thing to do. All of them at the same time is what he's going to do. Yeah, he can work. He just, yeah, that. Yeah, what's up with those two? I don't know what a Shinuke is. Yeah. Okay. That is a very good character design and unique, so it's got to be someone important.
どうしてそんなことを聞くんだ？警戒されている。うまく聞かないと、妻さんのことを。おかしい。妻花魁は私の兄でした。
That's a good lie, but
姉さんに続いて、あなたも優香とに売られてきたの？はい。姉とはずっと手紙のやり取りをしていましたが、死ぬ気するような人ではない。
lie over.
妻さんが足抜けするとは思えなかった。しっかりした子だったのよ。男の人にのぼせている素振りもなかったの。
Because she has the best fucking man.
それには足抜けするって書いてあったそうなの。足抜け。これは鬼にとってかなり都合がいい。人がいなくなっても遊郭から逃亡したんだと思われるだけ。日記はおそらく偽装だ。どうか無事でいてほしい。必ず助け出すから、妻さん。
It is CGI. That was pretty obvious CGI.
煙に巻かれているようだ。気配の消し方のニュース、チームさん。もしやここに救っている鬼、上限の鬼か。だとすると、ド派手な取り合いになるかもな。
I wonder if that'll come into play. He really does look really pretty. That's one of the wives, right?
私、今ご飯持って行ってあげたのよ。とりあえず部屋の前に置いてきたけどさ。マキオ、薄いの嫁だ。やっと名前を聞けたぜ。
So we got two of the wives.
それだけで連絡が途切れるか。あの女、力来た。行ってみるか。あら、ひろこちゃん。慌てると危ないよ。
Yeah, he can't speak. His voice is deep as fuck.
お前は声が太いから絶対喋るなよ。裏声もへったくそだから、すぐ男だってバレるぞ。マジで。どうしろってんだ、ちくしょう。
Wow.
さあ、答えてごらん。お前は誰にこの手紙を出していたの？
This is the upper moon. 6.
お前のね。ああ、そうだ。マキオだ。答えるんだよ、マキオ。
So, okay. Aimer opening ending combination. Incredible. That's such a good cut. I guess Zenitsu is supposed to be someone ugly, but they can't really show that by the character design. They need to give him a good character design because he's one of the main characters. That was also a very good episode. I love the direction that Demon Slayer is going in. This is not some generic shonen anymore. This is actually a well thought out, unique arc that is totally unique to Demon Slayer, and it's totally making use of this era that it's in. I'll take an example of a show that's bad at it. Naruto. Horrible fucking show with the time period. They never mention it. Sometimes they pull off fucking wireless microphones and stuff like that, but somehow they don't have weapons of the same quality. Like, yeah, I mean, the 10 Tails demon is fucking dangerous. It's endangering the world. Nuke it. Why can't you nuke it? Because it's not that era, but you have wireless stuff. It makes no sense. Naruto has really bad world building. This is good world building. This is done very well. It's really making use of the time period, and the author has studied really well about you just saw how in depth it went to just prostitutes, like head prostitutes, how valuable they are, how they are treated in a society where, you know, prostitutes are common. It's the entertainment district. It's a whole district it's a red district, right? So yeah, like the hierarchy of prostitutes, how much authority and how well respected the top prostitutes are. That now that I think about it, the two kids, I don't know if they are, but they probably are, which it's kind of messed up, but that's the way it is, right? Lots of good animation throughout the episode. It's ufotable. Their focus is on consistency, not about being flashy, like with a couple of scenes, like in My Hero Academia or anything. They are consistent. Every single shot is well thought out, well storyboarded, and just as well animated. But if I had to break them down, I do want to rewatch Tengen Posing, which is the first good cut. Should I enlarge this a bit? Can I? There we go. That's big enough. So where's that? Yeah, here it is. Listen up. It's so over the top. That's like an impact frame. Narcissist, but much, bro. I love that. The humor in the show. I like it. I like the way they do it. And I love these panels that look like they're straight out of a colored manga. This looks like manga coloring, and it looks very nice. And now that I think about it, Tanjiro's Hanafuda earrings might also be CGI, because it has a lot of detailing and it would make sense to reuse that, right? But anyway, the lighting, so good. The CGI crowd used here, it's so good. Like, I can't see two characters who look the same. It's such a well-varied CGI crowd. It's like more well-varied than Cyberpunk. I know that's not a very hard thing to do. Cyberpunk, you could see a person in one road and you could turn around and see like four of the same people. This is not like that. This is an anime, and someone spent the time and effort to make sure that almost every single one of these people on the street right here, I'm sorry about that, look unique, and that's phenomenal. That's incredible that they would go to that level. They would take that much effort. And the Wisteria family crest, they do have places everywhere for it. And I'm still baffled at how good the mixing of CGI is with the 2D. Like, his jewelry is for sure CGI, right? They individually animating every single pebble every single time. That's very difficult, but if you make that CGI and make it look very close to 3D, I mean, this is a simplistic model. Any studio could make CGI look this good. Anyone could. I'm being honest here. Any studio could make CGI look that good. But no one, well, no one is a bit too harsh. Ufotable is the best at this. The mixing of that CGI with the 2D elements. Like this CGI element, it does not look out of place at all. Never once have I thought that, oh, Uzui Tengen, he looks nice, but I wish the rocks were in CGI. I wish the rocks were hand-drawn. Now, while I was able to tell, most people won't be able to tell, and for good reason. I had a very hard time telling if those were CGI or not. Of course, in further shots like this one, it's more obvious because the CGI model, it remains the same. You can't change it according to how far it is from the camera. So in this case, it's a little bit more obvious because of the thicker edges. As you can see, you can thin out the rest of the model, his model, because it's not a model, it's a drawing. You can draw it, if you want it to be thin, you can draw it thin. But the CGI, the outlines remains the same level of thickness. So this is, in this case, it is what's happening here. It's compression, right? I noticed that a lot in Attack on Titan, the final season. The CGI was very good, but when in far shots, it became a little more obvious because the line work was popping out a bit more because the model is getting compressed. And in this case, his jewelry model is getting compressed because it's a further shot and it's a little bit more obvious that it's CGI. But look at that. That movement is so much like 2D. Like they're just doing this, doing this, doing this, doing this. They're not making it flow like CGI, and that helps a lot. And in this case they're just straight up 2D. So so much effort put into something as basic as fucking jewelry. And yeah, I need to do it. I need to watch this again. Just gonna switch to the subtitle format again. Our brilliant Kunoichi. I was sure that the district would be the perfect place for the demons, but when I went in as a customer, I couldn't get anything on them. So I sent them in to get closer than a customer ever could. So there are 3 houses where this demon could be, or these demons could be, and he sent his wives into those 3. And Tanjiro, Inosuke, and Zenitsu are being sent to the same houses. Okay, that makes so much more sense. And the demon is in Inosuke's house. Another thing I want to look at is those ties, because holy shit, those ties are incredible. Wow. And those tits too. What is this? I mean, it makes sense because Tengen is like the peak of male physique, right? He is. He really is. He's not buff enough to be like a competitive bodybuilder, but even in the physique section, but he's just the place where he looks good looking as fuck. So it makes sense that he has 3 hotties as his wives, and I don't have a problem with that. Again, I'm telling you, I don't have a problem with polygamy. Personally, I don't believe in it, but this is a completely different era, and I don't think it's polygamy. If his wives love each other, that would be pretty cool, but I don't think that's the way it is. I think his wives, all 3 of his wives, only love him. which is very common for that era. It's fine to have 3 wives. But I do think it's illegal. It should be illegal to have all 3 wives be this fucking hot. Cause goddamn, Tengen, you lucky fucking bastard. So he took all 3 of them to this first one. I don't know whose decision it was to do that makeup on Inosuke. I guess they did it to hide Tanjiro's scar, and in Inosuke's case to hide his gigantic eyebrows. So they did it to Inosuke to make sure he fits in, but Inosuke does not need anything like that. He'll fit in anyway. This whole segment had beautiful compositing. I need to switch to the fucking review one. What the fuck am I doing? I'm so stupid. I was talking about their makeup. And this section. It is animated in 2s, but it's animated by someone who really understands anatomy and stuff. And it's like a ceremony when someone wants to fuck the head woman. I mean, to go this deep into culture, you're learning stuff, and I love it. I don't care if it's fake or if it's made for the purpose of this show. If it's made for the purpose of this show, it's even more impressive because it feels real. And that woman looking like that, I thought she was just pissed at Inosuke, but no, she was looking beneath that terrible makeup. That panel, it's some real nightmare fuel. Imagine waking up in the middle of the night and this staring at you. Yeah, that's it. I pissed my pants. Also, his nail polish. I don't know if he always had that or he did it for this. Comedic elements again, perfect. Like this long pause with Tengen looking at Zenitsu. I find it funny. I love the comedic timing in Demon Slayer. It's not too cringy. It's never been too cringy, which is rare in shonen. And this whole segment was amazing. I wonder who animated this, because those smears. None of this is CGI too. I thought they would make the instrument CGI, but no. Look at that smear. When watching Ufotable stuff, I always appreciate smears more because they are rare. Like, they are sort of obsessed with being on model. So when you're watching stuff from Nozomu Abe or what's the other big animator, Masayuki Kunihiro, who work for Ufotable, when you watch their stuff, the smears stand out a lot because you usually don't see smears. So this is one of those segments where you can really see the smears, and they are beautiful smears. I love smears. I am a smear lover. Smear lover. The smoke animation looks great, and that's just classic Ufotable compositing, isn't it? Just having the sparks incorporated into the smoke. And he turns that thing into an electric guitar. It's fucking hilarious. A very creative way of showing off what he can do, right? They give him good traits. They gave every character some unique traits, and they're using that pretty effectively. I really like it. So for now, Zenitsu has found no information. The wife in Tanjiro's house, she ran away without paying her debt. And Inosuke's house, she's the one who found the upper moon demon. Also, she looks very important. I wonder if she's the demon, because that would be a good plot twist. She's the demon, but it's in a different house. The whole segment with Tanjiro cringing to lie was pretty funny. This is the scene where the CGI stood out to me. Yeah, to anyone watching, that's CGI, and it's very obvious. You should be able to tell. It is animated in 2s, which is a good idea to make it look like 2D. But that's 2D. That is 2D for sure. That's CGI, and that's 2D. Very good mixing. And I wouldn't really think of something like this. But when you think about it, right? When you think about animating those jewels, there's a dilemma because it's kind of fucking difficult. All of them are a different, most of them are a different size. They have to move individually while they sway. You can't just use a compositing technique. You can't just drag it like a PNG and animate it. You actually have to animate the swaying. So having it switch to CGI is just a smarter technique. And this new technique that they're using with the lens flare, sort of like a flare you can see on the handle of the sword on his right shoulder. Look at animated flare. Again, looks so nice. I don't know if this is the same CGI crowd that they used in the previous time, but kind of too lazy to tell, so pointless. But if it is a different one, then all the more appreciation is required. I'm not gonna check. Yeah, this slow-mo walk. The background is animated in ones. It's probably CGI. Yeah, it's a CG background. Sometimes you can't even tell. It's like a bunch of characters inside a video game. That's what a ufotable anime looks like. And this is very nice. I really like the slow-mo walks. And why the focus on her? Is she the upper moon? 6 something. And that's Tanjiro walking, not Tanjiro, Inosuke. And this final segment is probably the most impressive segment. Look at that. That's just straight out of a video game, isn't it? Yeah, a little bit too fluid. I mean, they're obviously not trying to hide that it's CGI at this point. But just flawless rotation, all in ones, because it is CGI. Might as well do it in ones. And the first 2D character, where does it start to be 2D? Yeah, you can see the difference between the ribbons all around here versus the ribbons that attached to Tengen's wife. Man, texture-wise, it looks identical. Color-wise and shading-wise, it's again kind of identical. It's just the model that looks different. The ribbons that are in CGI look kind of like rubber, but this looks like clothing, and that is the only difference. And is she animated here, or is she just a still frame? Because I don't really see like a shift in focus. Probably just a still frame. And we see her mouth. We get to see her mouth. We don't get to see her whole face. Why? Is it that woman? Tanjiro's, the woman who spoke to Tanjiro. The head whore. That's kind of a disrespectful way to put it, but it is true. Is it the head whore from Tanjiro's house? Oh my god, those melons. Fucking juicy. I'm sorry, Tengen. I don't want Tengen to beat me up. I don't usually go after women who are already taken. And she is definitely taken by... She's already way out of my league. And she's also taken by someone who's an absolute fucking Chad. What about her thighs? Did they not animate her thighs? Oh, her thighs have ribbons on them. Unfortunate. But... those are some good fucking tits. And the episode ends. Very good ending sequence. In the ending sequence, this part is very good. Show me the one with Tengen, yeah. She looks exactly like Inosuke, the one on the far right. That's hilarious. The one in the center is the one who's captured currently, and the other one is probably the one who ran away. Or maybe she ran away. The one who looks like Inosuke, or this one is the one who ran away. The one on the left looks hotter than the right one, the extreme far right. So I think she's the one who will meet Zenitsu for obvious reasons. I'm just talking about out of my ass at this point, so I could be wrong. But goddamn, living with three incredible hotties. Can't imagine, obviously. Can't even imagine living with one. Who's that on the other side? Looks sort of like a Akaza, to be honest. Obviously isn't a Akaza. And he changes ways. That guy still looks young. And the scar, it's not come all the way around his face. So I guess the disease that he got, it was recent. Another beautiful CGI shot. It's so good. Who can do this other than Ufotable? KyoAni can. And they could do it better. But this is very good. And Tanjiro is animated here. The whole boy is animated. It's not just panning. It's panning up until then, and then the frame changes. And it's still animated him once. Are his Hanafuda earrings CGI? I cannot tell. I can't tell. It's just so well integrated. How does Ufotable do it? So good. Okay. Good ass episode. Probably world building wise, my favorite episode in Demon Slayer so far. This has already made Demon Slayer stand out as a completely unique shonen. Plot wise. That's very difficult to do. Like Jujutsu Kaisen, right? Let's take it. Plot wise, it is unique in the sense that stuff goes unexpected. There are unique characters. Yeah, sorry, not a good example. Fire Force, the most basic bitch anime. And it's got similarities. It kind of feels like you're watching any other shonen. And Demon Slayer till now felt like you were watching any other shonen. And with this arc, completely different setting. Like literally a red district, something you really won't expect out of a shonen anime. But they're doing it very well. And as long as their execution is good, I'm going to follow this, and it's very well executed. I think it's currently my favorite anime airing right now. After Osama Ranking, of course. Osama Ranking is number one. Like, no pun intended, but Osama Ranking is ranked one. Number two spot is Mushoku Tensei, but with the new episode of Mushoku Tensei, I did not like it much. So, yeah. Demon Slayer, I already enjoy this arc a lot. Like, this was such a fantastic introduction for this arc. Like, the previous episode was not the introduction for this arc. This episode is the introduction of this arc, and it's fantastic. And where will it go from here? It's pretty obvious. Like, they're going to rescue the wives, and then they're going to fight the demon. That's it. How will it end? No idea. Will there be no Zuma RP sequences? Wait to find out. I will wait to find out. Masayaki Kunihiro, we've already had one sequence with the character acting of Tanjiro Swordmaker, but that was it. We haven't had much. In this episode, I don't think there was any highly talented animators involved, except for maybe that Zenitsu's guitar sequence. It's not a guitar, but it's implied to be an electric guitar the way he's using it. Really nice. I really like that. But that's pretty much it. I'll look into that sequence. Actually, I will. I'll go to Sakugaboro right now and see if there's anything up. I'm guessing it's just mostly gonna be Artisan Down. Demon Slayer. Kimetsu no Yaiba series. Artisan. So artisan. Mitsuru Ubunai. I mean, this scene did stand out as a very good scene. And Mitsuru Ubunai, I know him. I've seen plenty of stuff from him. I think he's animated for Ufotable before, yes. But what's his best sequence? Yeah, he's mostly Ufotable. Mostly Ufotable animator. And he did the character acting sequence where Tengen says that he's the god. He's a god. And the rest of them, all of it is artisanal. As I expected. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this video, leave a like. And I'll see you guys in the next video next week. Until then, keep moving forward and destroy your enemies, not your dick.